friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, I'm Melissa, the Soap Chef. What if your everyday body cream could leave behind a radiant shimmer that looks like summer skin in a jar? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make just that, a shimmering body yogurt. It's lightweight, hydrating, and gives your skin that subtle pearlescent glow. Plus, it pairs perfectly with the Shimmering Suspension Body Oil that I just shared the other day. So today we're going to be working with some of my favorite ingredients like allantoin for soothing, glycerin and propanediol for hydration, and silky esters like isopropyl myristate and myristate for a quick, absorbing, luxurious feel. For texture, we're going to be using some Sepimax Zen with xanthan gum soft to create that perfect gel cream base. And to make this formula unforgettable, I'm going to be bringing back a lost fragrance, coconut cardamom custard, that used to be sold by the Scent Works. The original company may be lost and gone, but I've recreated it myself. It's creamy, cozy, and just a little bit spicy. So grab your mica, grab your mixers, and let's go get started. Okay, let's just get started, shall we? I've got my water in here, my distilled water. I've heated that up quite a bit because I have a couple of powders that I need to dissolve. We're going to start by doing that right now. The first one is going to be allantoin. Like I mentioned in the intro, this is used for its soothing and conditioning properties. I'm going to get that right into the distilled water. And the next powder we need to dissolve is going to be our disodium EDTA. That is our chelating agent. And just give that a stir. We'll set that aside for just a couple of minutes because then we're going to get our glycerin and xanthan gum slurry going on. Always remember, you guys, if you are heating up your water to dissolve your powders, make sure that once you feel any water loss from evaporation has already occurred and you don't think you're going to be losing any more, reweigh your entire vessel with the water and add any water back in that you may have lost to evaporation. And again, we're just going to leave that off to the side just for a moment. Let's go ahead and get our glycerin slurry ready. Glycerin is our humectant. To that, we're going to be adding some xanthan gum soft. This is our thickening agent. It's our stabilizer. And we're also going to go ahead and take our propanediol 1,3, which is also a humectant. It's also a preservative booster. We're going to add that right in. We're going to make a slurry out of all of those. Sorry if you hear any banging going on. Life happens in my house, so it is what it is. All right, let's give that a little stir. All right, we're going to set that aside. Let's bring that water back and continue stirring to get those remaining particles on the bottom here all dissolved. Okay, all of those powders are dissolved, so now we're going to be putting in some butylene glycol, and we are using this because it is a preservative booster. All right, that's good. Put you over here for a second. Let's give that slurry another stir. Into the pool you go. I do that, you guys, to make sure that I get all of the ingredients out of the smaller beakers, or at least the majority, as much as I can. Whenever I'm working with water, I'll go ahead and just pour the water back into the beaker, slush it around, and then I'll get at least a little bit more of the crumbs that are left there in that little beaker. It's a very minute amount. I'm not really all too worried about it, but some people might be. All right, we've got our water portion. We're going to set that aside. Now we're going to start on our oil portion. We're going to start off with our myristate. This is an ester. It's going to provide slip and spreadability to our formula. I'm just going to start adding everything to that beaker. All right, the next up, we're going to be adding some caprylic capric triglycerides. You guys have seen me use this many times. This is a lightweight emollient. Once we get everything into this beaker, I'll go ahead and put that in a water bath and start melting all of this down and heating everything up. All right, after the after the caprylic capric triglyceride is going to come your isopropyl myristate. This also is an emollient, and it's going to help improve the spreadability. It's going to also add a little bit of that dry touch feel that we want. After that, we're going to be adding some bihenyl alcohol. This is a fatty alcohol, and we're using this to help to thicken. Pro tip, if you guys are making body butters that you ship, especially in the summertime, use bihenyl alcohol instead of like cetyl alcohol or cetyl alcohol, because the melt point of bihenyl alcohol is quite a bit higher. So there's a less likelihood of your body butters melting during shipping. Okay, lastly, before we put everything into our water bath, is going to be our vitamin E, and that is our antioxidant. All right, I'll bring you guys back as soon as we have all this melted down. So here I'm just stirring. You can see the texture right now. Kind of chunky looking a little bit, which is why I'm going to be using my new mirystyl, I think that's how you say it, homogenizer. I have the 250p. This is the very first time that I will be using this. A homogenizer is quite different than a stick blender or emulsifier. So I'm going to be putting it on 2 to start off with, because 1 really had no action whatsoever, and to me 3 was a little bit too much. So let's see what I wind up doing here. It's on 2 right now. I'm turning it up to 3 because it wasn't quite powerful enough. And again, with a homogenizer, you really only need to do this for about 30 to 60 seconds to form a really nice emulsion. The gloss and the sheen it creates is incredible. Okay, we have our vessel up here on our overhead stirrer. Let's just go ahead and turn that on. You don't necessarily want to create a vortex at this point. This is just our cool down phase, and so this is going to help everything cool down. And let me tell you guys, that homogenizer is a game changer. This looks so silky and creamy. It's unbelievable. Anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and add some liquid silk, some hydrolyzed liquid silk to our cool down phase. This is soothing, firming, and protecting. And the texture of this right now is absolutely like a very lovely jiggly jelly. Perfect. That's what you want a body yogurt to have, the texture to be like a jiggly jelly. So we're just going to give that a few seconds just to combine real well. We're going to add our Liquid Germal Plus next, which is our preservative. If you guys do not wish to use Liquid Germal Plus, use whatever preservative that you feel comfortable using. If you are using more than the 0.5% that I am using in the formula, just go ahead and take that extra percentage away from the water portion. I know there's a lot of buzz going on right now about Germal Plus possibly being banned because it's a formaldehyde releaser. I have tons of it. I'm going to use it. I no longer sell products. I'm going to use it. I have it both in liquid and in powder form, and lots of it, so. Wow, the texture of this is unbelievable, you guys. Game changer. I'm telling you, that homogenizer, game changer. The gloss and the silkiness that I'm seeing right now is unbelievable. Okay, as I mentioned in my intro, here is our lovely coconut cardamom custard that I used to purchase from the Scent Works when they were in business. Wonderful company. I got the majority of my fragrances from them. Sadly, they have been out of business for quite some time now, many, 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 many years. But I happen to know all of the fragrances that went into the making of it, so I just made my own. Whenever you can make your own stuff, you guys, do that. Oh my gosh, the smell. This is going to pair so beautifully with that Shimmering Body Oil, scented in Bum Bum. Perfect combination. Turning this up just a little bit. The last thing we're going to be doing is adding our mica. Now it's up to you, again, how much shimmer you would like. I am only doing mine at a very small percentage. I want to say it's 0.25%. Yeah, I just looked at my sheet. I cheated. I looked at my sheet. 0.25% is what I'm using my mica at because I don't like a big, huge, bold statement. If y'all do, fantastic. My granddaughter loves a big, bold statement. My daughter loves a big, bold statement. I do not. I'm old. I want a nice, light, you know, non-invasive look. All right. Last thing into the pool is going to be that mica. Let's go ahead and get that in there. I'm using the same mica that I used for the Shimmering Body Oil. I am using Shimmer Gold from Nurture Handmade. Look at the beautiful color change. Very, very nice. It'll be perfect for me. All right, turn this up just a little bit more. It's cooling down very nicely. That's a very nice little side benefit of having an overhead stir. It really helps with your cool down phase quite a bit. I am going to stop it in just a minute and scrape down all the sides, scrape the bottom, make sure that everything has been incorporated. Then all we need to do is stick it on our jar and we're done. Okay, look at this, you guys. Is this not perfection? Look at this. The silkiness, the glossiness, the jiggliness, just like a yogurt should be. If this was white and I stuck this in a container in my refrigerator, my husband wouldn't know the difference. This is awesome. Look, look, look. Fantastic. All right, let's get this into our jar, shall we? See how the best way to do this. Again, I have my camera situated at an angle that's like extremely close to the jar, so I have to kind of be careful what I'm doing and how I'm doing it so that I don't bump the camera. Okay, guys, here we go. Look at that. Look at our jiggly yogurt. Let's go ahead and put a little bit on, shall we? Again, I don't put a lot of shimmer in my products because I'm an old lady, you know what I mean? No, I'm not really that old, but still, it's going to be very, very discreet, let's put it that way. Oh my, is this a lovely feel? Oh yeah, fabuloso. So again, like I'm seeing very little shimmer, which is great. I don't want to sparkle like a neon sign or a Christmas tree. You younger folks might want to, but I definitely do not. That's great. It feels good. Oh boy, it sinks in nice. Very nice slip too. Gorgeous slip. All right, fantastic. Look at that. And that's going to do it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and making this Shimmering Body Yogurt. I hope you enjoyed seeing how easy it is to create a lightweight cream that hydrates, soothes, and leaves your skin glowing. If you haven't already seen my other video, the Shimmering Suspension Body Oil video yet, definitely check that one out too. They make the perfect pair. And stick around because in my next video, I'm going to be switching gears and sharing something really important. A soothing eczema relief cream. No shimmer this time, just barrier-loving ingredients designed to calm and comfort sensitive skin. So don't forget to like, subscribe, drop me a comment down below letting me know if you'd wear shimmer every day or just for special occasions. Until next time, happy formulating.